The story of Nike and Puma no one knows. The top brands. Several brands come to mind when you consider the sportswear manufacturing business and the dominant brands in the space, including a wide variety of brands such as Adidas, Nike, Puma, Asics, and Reebok. Each has continued to hold the top rank in the sportswear industry. Over time, these companies have left their distinctive imprints on users' hearts and minds, both consciously and unintentionally, and they have no intention of stopping anytime soon. Leading companies like Puma and Nike have led the field while also setting the bar for younger designers. Both have produced items that are deemed luxurious, described as comfy and long-lasting, and can be worn in our constantly evolving metropolitan environment. They have produced classic styles that are still cherished and worn today. Like every force and brand that is prospering in the economy and the world, Puma and Nike have checked all the comfort and luxury boxes, but comparisons will always exist. A driving force to improve performance, recognize one's areas of weakness, and make the most of one's assets. One-of-a-kind sneakers are no longer just for collectors. Resale prices have risen, and the industry is now worth millions of dollars. This business model is here to remain, at least for the time being. Over the years, every sporting firm has worked on some incredible projects together, but none have been quite as noteworthy as Nike and Puma. But how did these companies begin? Which of their partnerships are the most well-known? For some entertaining information to share at your next family gathering, barbecue, or break at the office water cooler, keep reading. This is the story that we need to know about Nike and Puma. Third largest sportswear manufacturer. With its headquarters in Germany's Herzogenaurach, it currently holds the third largest position among sportswear manufacturers. Adi Dassler and his brother Rudolf Dassler, two of the founders of Adidas, had a family dispute that gave rise to Puma. Before parting ways, they had both worked together for 20 years. Due to the conflict, Rudolf Dassler's Puma brand was born. Rudolf launched Ruda, which he eventually renamed Puma, while Adolf founded the business Adidas. Rudolf chooses the name Puma for his company because he wanted it to represent the qualities of a Puma cat, such as speed, strength, endurance, and agility. The same qualities are necessary to develop into a successful athlete. One of the brothers, Rudolf Dassler, rose to popularity as a result of his lucrative deals with professional athletes. In 1962, he began shipping to several nations, and at World Cups, Olympians and athletes donned his footwear. Puma has maintained its reputation for producing attractive products with more urban aesthetics, positioning the company as one that is interested in investing in younger generations because of how stylish they appear. Puma saw considerable success in 1996 with its clothing and footwear lines. With the aid of Linford Christie, who, during a press conference at the Olympics in Atlanta, wore a creative contact lens with the white Puma cat on his eyes, it started to affect other facets of the sport. By branching out into the fashion sector, Puma was able to maintain its leadership position. With the development of the innovative Atom football boot, Puma rose to prominence. He enhanced this concept a few years later with the Super Atom, which had screw insteads. During the FIFA World Cup in 1970, Puma truly became a household name. Even though Puma and Adidas agreed that Pelé was off-limits for both organizations, a Puma official nonetheless contacted Pelé. Pelé entered the field in the middle of the field just before Brazil and Peru's quarter-final game and requested for a few seconds to tie his shoes. Millions of people witnessed Pelé, probably one of the greatest athletes of all time, wearing a pair of Pumas as he bowed down and the camera zoomed in. Some of the biggest figures in popular culture have also worked with Puma as creative directors and collaborators. The Puma Creepers that Rihanna released in 2015 sold out in 3 hours. She was hired by the company as both the women's creative director and a worldwide ambassador, and the following year she introduced her Finny X Puma line. Puma stated in 2018 that it would be returning to the basketball industry after a 20-year absence. They also disclosed that Jay-Z, a prominent figure in hip-hop, will serve as the project's creative director. With the start of their partnership with Alexander McQueen, Puma solidified their position in the world of luxury and high design. Over the years, the athletic shoemaker and fashion house have released sporadic collaborations, making it impossible to predict when the next release will occur. These kinds of unique, hidden releases are what sneakerheads live for, and the resale prices can be astounding. Blue Ribbon Sport. When it first began, Nike wasn't recognized as Nike. Instead, it was once known as Blue Ribbon Sport. Philip Knight, a Stanford University graduate and former track runner, started Nike in 1962. With the aid of Bill Bowerman, his former coach, who in 1965 sold shoes for Onitsuka Tiger Company, now known as Asics, out of the trunk of a car. There is no doubting that Nike is the most widely used manufacturer of sporting clothing. They control about 62% of the market on their own, allowing the remaining 32% to be shared by Puma, Adidas, Reebok, and every other sneaker manufacturer who has ever existed. On January 25, 1964, Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman established Nike. Coach Bowerman coached Knight, a track athlete at the University of Oregon in Beaverton. Initially known as Blue Ribbon Sports, the business served as a distributor for the Japanese footwear Onitsuka Tiger. The business changed its name to Nike, Inc. in 1971, and the rest is history, as they say. Why is it called Nike? She is the goddess of speed, strength, and victory in Greek mythology, exactly the attributes that every athlete seeks to imitate. The swoosh was inspired by the fact that Nike is frequently depicted as having wings. Fun fact: Portland State University student Carolyn Davidson created the iconic Nike swoosh for $35, which is equivalent to almost $200 in today's dollars. With a straightforward yet graceful design that would also fit on the side of a shoe, she aimed to capture the spirit of the goddess Nike. With the aid of his wife's waffle maker, Bill created the first Nike waffle outsole. This gave birth to the sole that altered the brand's course. This shape was ideal for athletes because it was lighter and had superior traction. Thus, Nike Inc. was established. The chicken and waffle sole acquired popularity, which increased demand for the shoes from football fans. This allowed them to relocate from the back of their trunk to their first shop location in 1996 and leave their previous job with Onitsuka Tiger Company Asics. Over the years, Nike has maintained its commitment to sporty, dynamic, and groundbreaking inventiveness. The divergence. Nike readily emerges as the brand that sells sportswear at a higher price regardless of place, language, or person, athletic or not, while still delivering value and being lightweight and durable. When pitting Puma versus Nike against one another for comparison in who makes luxury products, Puma, on the other hand, is more budget-friendly, offering durability and affordability while being less expensive than Nike. Let's now discuss the contrasts between Puma and Nike. Only military people receive discounts from Nike, although Puma is known for offering discounts and promotions. The latter is therefore more frequently worn by everyone. Contrary to Nike, which is more expensive than it is worth, consumers claim that Puma has more affordable costs for its quality. Due to their air technology and lightweight soles, Nike shoes are the finest for sports, but Puma emphasizes their versatility by fusing sports and fashion. Nike maintains its position as the company with the most inventive selection of shoes by providing a variety of styles that cater to diverse outdoor needs. Puma, on the other hand, is reportedly far behind Nike in terms of collection over the years, having a limited range of versatility and an impressionable collection. The harmony. Puma and Nike share a lot of commonalities with other sporting manufacturers in terms of shoe sizing. Both Puma and Nike can be used for athletic endeavors. Both of them are willing to use technology to produce more contemporary looks. Yet Nike is more innovative in that area. Both Nike and Puma produce clothing, accessories, sportswear, and equipment. Both of them have expanded into the fashion industry, sponsored footballers, and encouraged change as it happens. Nike became an environmentally responsible brand in 2010 after reducing its carbon dioxide emissions, starting to recycle used shoes, and using plastic to help clear the ecosystem. Puma, on the other hand, is more of a brand that appeals to people's everyday lives. It incorporates technology, comfort, and style, but moves at a slower, more leisurely pace. In the 2006 World Cup in Germany, 11 of the 32 participating nations wore Puma jerseys because of their affordability, establishing a brand that is more responsive to consumer desire and income than luxury. Despite being enveloped in luxury, Nike has earned its position at the top. While promoting the company, it makes use of both positive and negative news. Nike's clever marketing has allowed business to expand, targeting influential figures in the sports business as brand ambassadors in order to win over their fans' confidence and build demand for their product. Nike supports prominent footballers including Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Wayne Rooney in addition to over 150 professional football teams. However, Puma is a well-known brand because of its reasonable prices and fashionable urban style, as noted earlier, and it continued to be so while maintaining its position as the leader in the sportswear industry. Puma began working with influencers, which dramatically changed the way the company was perceived, starting with Cara Delevingne and Selena Gomez's involvement in fashion, collaborating with Fossil Group to introduce their first smartwatch, announcing their collaboration with the Sports Group Cloud. These, along with numerous other fruitful partnerships in different fields, have demonstrated Puma's quick development. The choice is yours. Such an interesting debate is Puma versus Nike. Understanding the significance of consistency and its history takes a lot of work to maintain a name, make changes as needed to accommodate an ever-expanding clientele and fan base, and continuously build a strong brand around that name for more than 50 to 70 years. Over the course of the past 9 decades, these two brands have led every shift. They have modernized and changed to fit the times. Despite variances in target markets, delivery, design, and ever-evolving technology, giving customers a reason to trust them. For years, both companies have contributed their very best. They have made significant contributions to the expansion of the sportswear and fashion industries. The choice is yours. So, whether you like one athletic shoe brand over another or wear shoes from all brands equally, knowing a little bit about the brand's history never hurts. Wear your favorite shoes with pride, and if someone causes you trouble, share some interesting information with them. As G.I. Joe once famously stated, knowing is half the battle.